Everyone, I welcome you back to this channel. I've started Python some few months ago, but I stopped because I was working on other programs, like uploading some other contents on this channel. So but now I'm going to be taking Python. Possibly I hope so that I'll be able to upload videos every day on Python. And where I stopped, I'm going to proceed from that place. I want to make sure that I do my research consistently. I'm consistent about it, and make sure that I, with what I understand about Python, how to use it in different contexts: software development, data analysis, data science, cybersecurity, and the various ways you can build it, even software application, web-based application, backend, like that. And so I want to make sure that these informations are available in this series. So last time, I spoke about, I talked, I started software development, programming with Python. I went through this course, and I stopped in data type, which is list. If you remember, list. And I think I was using the Python shell. That is Python shell. Just if you come to this place right now, let me just say Python. Let me just type Python here right now. Now I've taught you how to install it, so you just click. You see this Python shell is what I was using. But now I'm going to move away from that, because that is just for testing and running basic, commands and the rest. But now we're going to move using a more organized, more advanced IDE. So we call them IDE, which is Integrated Development Environment, or code editor. So where we type our code and then we execute it. Python interpreter that we have installed previously, we use it to execute it. When we run it, when we click run, it will execute it. So the first thing you do is that you have to download PyCharm. I'm using PyCharm. Later I'm going to be using Jupyter Notebook sometimes, but I'm going to use PyCharm in this video throughout the series for Python. So this IDE is very, very organized, and it's very, very suggestive. Like it suggests code. It suggests like syntax to you in case you are making mistakes. It could help you to underline your mistake so that you know that there's a problem with that particular aspect. So these things are very, very intelligent in a way. I would like to say it's very intelligent. This IDE is. So it's PyCharm. Just download it. If you want me to put it on the description, I may put it on the description. The link to downloading it. There are two kinds. There's the professional edition, which is, I think, it's paid. Then the community edition. So you download the community edition, which is free, and then you just install it. It's just a very straightforward installation. When you install it, you set it up, then you create a project. You come to file, you click a project. After you create a project, you see a folder. A project is just like a folder where you put all your files. So it comes here. If you name it your project as data analysis, you're going to see something like this. So I name it as data analysis. Now I want to create a fresh file inside the project, or fresh file inside the folder. So I'll right click on this place right now, and I'll go to Python file. So I'm teaching you Python now because I stop in data data type. So I want to proceed to teaching you the list. We've done list among the data type now, so I want to do the practical aspect of the list. So I go to new. You just right click on that project that is up and running. So you go to new. I want to create a new Python file. So you create new. So let me just call it tutorial. No, let me call it Python series. Let me just name it 5 as Python series. So I'm using old PyCharm. So I click this place now. The kind of file is Python file. It's already stated here. So let me click OK. So a new file will come to this place right now. Now you can do a whole lot of things about this. If you don't like the way it is, the color, you can change it. You can change color at the settings here. At the settings, if you go to settings now, you can change it. I have editor here. There are many other things you can change, like the fonts, like the size of the font is too. If it's too small, you can change it to 20 or 16. So you can change the color to the way it looks like. Like sometimes the outlook. Mine color is white, so you can change it in this place. Now let's proceed. Mine is 20. The font size is 20, so I think it's big enough for you to view it. Now let's proceed to the list. So I stopped somewhere, so you can listen to my previous video on list. I taught the theoretical aspect of list with my slide. Now I am moving straight to the practical. So in the practical, let me just copy the list here. I've done it in Notepad, so let me just copy it and paste it here so that we can use it. So I'll run it like this. So this is it. Now this is it. So this is a list of fruits. Fruits contain several lists inside. So list is a data type that just at least to be able to undo arrays. In other program we call it array, but in Python we call it list. Okay, so I can put my comments here. I think I have not touched a comment, but know that a comment is just a side note, a remark, or a kind of way to write some kind of short notes by somewhere which is not meant to be executed. So there are various ways to you use the hashtag. You can write a comment here, like you understand. On the other way again, if you can just type it and press forward control, that's control / now I'm going to write a title of what I'm doing, which is list. Let me just call it list data type lectures. You see, this one is not part of my code, you understand, so I'll just highlight it and just say okay, control / to just comment it up, so to turn it into a comment so that it should not be executed because it's not part of the code. It's just a way of writing a kind of notes for readability so that you understand what I'm trying to do. So this is list right now, and then we come to the next line. So I want to just teach you, let me just put a comment here too, slicing of list. So slicing of list. So what to find out how to work with this list? First of all, let me just I'm not going to slice now. First of all, let me just print it. So you can still run your print command. Actually print bracket open bracket close. There's no space, just because it's wide, it's large, the screen is large, that's why it should as if there's space. So there's no space there. So I want to print is an output command in programs. Like I want to display it on console. This is my console, my screen output place. So I want to use print now to display what I'm doing so that I can see what is happening. So print is a command. Of course, you know that even the hardware print is an output device. So print command in Python is a way to output something on the console. So print like this. Although we didn't use it in the other Python shell because that is just a basic interface. But this one is more robust interface, which is like this PyCharm I'm talking about. So let me just print everything, which is fruits. It means like I want to showcase what is there. So I'm just showing it. So let me so in this case now you can run it here if you want to do that, or you can right click, you can run Python series. I want to run the file which is called Python series, or I can run it here, or I can come to this place, run. I can run it's showing calculator now because this is the first time I just created. I've not run it before, so it's still showing calculator here. So you can, I think Python series, okay, it's not yet here. So if it's not there because of the first time, so what you do is to right click and you see it here right now, because it has, when I right click on the file. That's why it's recognizing the file. So I click run Python series now, so you see that. Let me scroll up, let me expand my console now. So you see it there now. So it has outputs save here. So I'm going to go to slicing now. Slicing means, the meaning of slicing, you are cutting something to chunks. So this is a arrays of collection or collections, arrays, which is food. Now I'm going to say print the first item. So in arrays, this is the position 1, position 2, position 3, position 5. But in computer generally, programming generally, we don't say this is 1. We say this is position 0, position 1. We start counting from 0. That is the standard it is. Okay, so I will say fruit like this. So fruit, I want to print the first one. So you use square bracket like this, square bracket to say this is the first one. I want to print the first one. That is the meaning. So if I run this one now, so you're going to print the first one, which is orange. Let me comment this one now. I don't need this one, so I do not interfere. So let me run it again so you see it now. So you can see that it's already here now, Python series. So let me just run it. So you can see the first one has been printed. What if I'm going to give you a test? I say okay, print the second one. The second one will be what? The second one will be 1. The second item will be 1, which is going to be mango. So you have a shortcut. You cannot do that. I think Control Shift F10. Is another way of running fast. Control Shift F10. So that is going to print mango. Which mango is the second item. The third item, you should be able to do that by yourself. Now, if you want to print, this is for second item. Let me just say second item. Second item in the list. Okay, then this one is if you want to run what, let me just say, so let me comment this one so you know. So the other one is if you want to do what, hashtag, sorry, print the last item. The third item, you should be able to do that. So the last item now, you say fruit, sorry, I'm printing bracket has to comment fruit, then bracket, and then you put -1. -1 is to print the last item, irrespective of how distant it is, whether there are very many. The last item I want to just see a marked or pinpoints. So I'll just click, just write -1 as it is. So there's carrot, which is the last one. The same thing if you want to, this is the last item, yeah. So the other one is second to the last item. So you should be able to do that. Second to the last item. Let me just say second to the last item. So this position is called index. This is position 1. So it's also called index. The position it is in the list is called index. So the second to the last will be what? Let me just show it now. Print fruits, then -2. Okay, so -2. It's gonna be banana. So you click, gonna be banana. You see now. So that is how to do it. So I'm not through with list. I'm going to teach you other things about list, like appending, how to attach a new element inside the list, and also how to know the total number of items in the list. So I will take that one in the next class, because I don't want this video to be too long. I want it to be short as possible, and then also straightforward to the point as much as possible. So thank you very much, and do have a nice day.